Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Ethereum again because we have a lot of news to uncover. So Ethereum is currently up 2%. The entire market is slowly trending up. Bitcoin is at 98,000, nearly $200. ETH at 2.7k. The longs and accumulations have been going well. Yeah, everything's going really well. Sui up 10%, outperforming the market yet again, performing extremely well, just showing how strong it is. But today's topic is Ethereum. Now, before we jump into that, I just want to ask you guys to check out the Discord down below because we have been absolutely crushing it inside there. You can see on the screen just how many wins we're getting. So yeah, make sure you join up. It's like $60 a month, but everyone who joins practically makes back their money on the first trade. So yeah, make sure you join up, start copying trades with us so you don't miss out on any profits. Now, the major news on Ethereum is actually its ETF inflow, but also how many shorts there are on ETH. So let's quickly go through that. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, we have the ETF inflow for Ethereum. Yesterday we did have negative inflow, but that's very small. You know, just the chart looks quite big because there's nothing else next to it. But if we take a look here at this chart right here, let me quickly zoom in for you guys. So you'll see that we had on the 4th of February an inflow of 100,000 ETH right here, which is a lot of money. And then we also had a lot of inflows happening just at the end of November, the start of December, and after that it slowly slowed down as we went into January, probably because Trump was coming into office. It was quite, you know, not many people knew how that was going to go down. We already had a huge pump when he was being elected and during the election phase. Then during the inauguration, not many people, obviously everybody expected it to pump. We didn't see that much of a pump, so that's why the institutions weren't investing as much. But we obviously talked about this in the previous video. The Ethereum ETF is heavily outperforming the Bitcoin ETF in terms of accumulations. Now, the chart and the price itself isn't outperforming, but that's just because Ethereum usually lags behind, which a lot of people are new in this cycle and they don't fully know how it works. So I'll quickly run it down. We have Bitcoin that moves first, then we have Ethereum, then we have altcoins. Now, that does take time. It's not like Bitcoin moves and then, you know, 10 minutes later Ethereum moves. It will usually take a few weeks, maybe months, and usually when Ethereum starts moving, it's very obvious. You know, people will start saying it's the ETH flipping and Ethereum looks like it can flip Bitcoin, and that's what usually happens every cycle. It happened in 21 and it happened in the previous cycle also. But what's interesting isn't just the amount of inflow that's happening on the ETFs, it's also the shorts. So you can see here there have been a lot of shorts entering ETH, so much so that there could be a short squeeze on Ethereum, similar to what happened with GameStop, the most popular short squeeze in the entire world, you know, where hedge funds lost billions and billions of dollars and the retail investors made millions. Yeah, we have a lot of shorts. So they went up 40% in 1 week and 500% since November. So huge shorts. And it's interesting because a lot of, you know, institutions are not only buying ETFs on Ethereum, but they're also shorting ETH. So that begs the question. The main thesis is that these institutions and hedge funds are essentially shorting Ethereum in order for the price to come down, and then they're buying it on spot to get these lower levels. Now, the only real backlash to that is that they've been buying quite higher up. So, you know, their most recent acquisition was at 2.8k. So they're still down. It's nearly 2.9k really. So they're still down. Their average entry is probably roughly $3,200, $3,300, somewhere around here. And the shorts have just been piling up really ever since, you know, right here, November area. So yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely going to see a short squeeze, especially as we enter the latter stages of the bull run. And it's just interesting to see how there's two huge sides. One is major accumulations on spot, and the other is huge short positions. Now, another thing I quickly want to discuss about short positions is the short that we took yesterday, which was right here at the stock market open. So if I go on to, here we go, the lower time frame, you can see we always get this run up right before the stock market opens. And I mean, we can take it really from the initial start of the day, and as soon as the stock market opens we see this dump. So this is a quick and easy trade that you can take. Just wait until stock market open. If you don't know what time it opens, then just Google it. You know, it depends on the country you're in as well. So just wait till the US stock market open, the S&P open, and you can just enter shorts. I think they will still happen happened today. It's a very, very easy trade. It happened on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, also Monday yesterday. So I think it's a really, really easy trade to take. Just make sure you don't hold, you know, until Bitcoin goes to 80,000. Just try and quickly scalp it. If you enter a bit late, just enter, you know, take profits at a low. I wouldn't really try and go for a swing low rather than just the previous low, something like this. And easy, quick trade. It's not going to be the biggest trade in the world, but again, profits are profits. You know, it's a free trade in my opinion. Now back to Ethereum. So ETH still currently climbing up. We've been accumulating here. Really, really good level to accumulate. Anything under $3,000 for Ethereum, I think, is easy 2x. So yeah, and a lot of people also think that Ethereum is now dead because it's been lagging behind Bitcoin for so much. You know, the market cap is like 6 times smaller, but what a lot of people don't realize is that Bitcoin has had mass adoption by institutions. We have had a, you know, S&P 500 company, which is one of the biggest, which is a top 500 company in the US by the name of MicroStrategy, who have been buying Bitcoin vigorously for the past few years. Not only that, but they've actually done a rebrand this month into Strategy with the Bitcoin logo. So they've completely changed their entire company to revolve around Bitcoin. And obviously Bitcoin is the largest crypto, so all institutions are going to be focused on that. But now that we have the ETH ETF, which is getting more accumulations than Bitcoin, I think we'll start to see ETH catch back up. And that's not to say it's going to flip Bitcoin, but I think we'll definitely see it claw back a bit of market cap. So as for the trade that we have, obviously we're entering somewhere around here, constantly buying more. For longs, I wouldn't be looking to necessarily long just yet unless you're able to get in at these extreme lows, in which case just set your strict trailing stop loss higher and higher. You know, every time that I enter any sort of trade and it instantly pumps up or it starts going up, I don't like to take profits straight away. What I instead do is just set the stops slightly higher, so they're obviously always in profits. And if the trade ever does reverse, that it gets hit and, you know, I obviously take the profit. That way it's risk-free in most cases. The only time it's not risk-free is when you're entering, but apart from that, the trade will usually be risk-free. So as for new potential longs and accumulations, obviously we're going to be trying to accumulate anywhere below 2.873k. I think that's a very good entry. Going to be below the lowest entry that institutions have. Their lowest entry was like similarly 2.873k right here. So yeah, if we're able to enter anywhere below, we get a better entry than them. Our average entry is going to be way better as well. As for longs, I think the smartest long would be to wait until we break above here and look for obviously a long from this area. With long and short trades, you don't necessarily want to catch the bottom. Instead, you want to catch the best area to long from. And the great thing about that is there's always going to be opportunity. For example, if you missed out, you know, on longs here, you could have just waited. We saw a great bounce here and you could have just longed somewhere in this area. If you missed that, you could have waited until this area because it's a support again. If you missed that, you could have waited until we come back down, or you could have looked for shorts. There's so many opportunities with longs and shorts. And if you don't have an exchange to trade longs and shorts on, or if you do, then check out the exchanges down below, because if you use my links, then you'll get lower fees and some good sign up rewards, and obviously it helps me out as well. So make sure you do that, especially if you're enjoying the videos and you find them helpful. The best and easiest way to help me out. So yeah, as for take profit levels, again, you know, if you're already in a long position, you can easily just look to take profits at the next resistance, which is this, which could be flipped into a support, but that's already 10 to 15% profit with leverage, easily 200-300% profit. After that, the next resistance is 3.3k, 30%. The next one after that is 60% at 4.1k. Overall, I think it's a very, very easy trade on ETH. I was not really observing ETH that much, but again, if you look back to our previous videos, we were constantly accumulating and talking about longs in this small area right here. And what happened right after? We saw a huge pump to 4k. So I think that will happen again. You know, it is sort of zigzagging, which in crypto, after so many zigzags, it usually doesn't follow the same sort of trend. We usually just see a dump off, but there's too many catalysts right now that are happening that, you know, haven't been priced in my opinion. Yeah, you can see great hedge funds are short ETH CME futures like never before. Is it carry trade or outright bearish bets? I think it's just going to be a carry trade. ETF applications, so much BS. I think we will definitely see some good moves on ETH to the upside. Again, we have to take a look at Bitcoin DOM. DOM is crashing down, which is really, really good to see. You know, we talked about this also in a previous video. It's sort of in this uptrend where the volume is spiking down, and after such a thing happens, we usually just see a huge move in either direction. Huge move hasn't been done just yet. It's just slowly trending down, but I think we will definitely see a larger move happening as, you know, alts start to pump a bit more, Bitcoin starts to pump a bit more. The next target for dominance we have is 3.3k. After that, hopefully we go down to 2.7, and after that we need to go to 2.2, so still a long way away from any sort of alt season happening, but I definitely think we'll see one very soon. And when I say very soon, I mean in like 6 to 8 to 10 weeks away. Doge moving quite well, just sort of on this resistance level right now. We talked about this also in the previous Doge video, sort of in no man's land. We'll see how it reacts to this resistance. If it's able to break above, we can look for some sort of longs from this area right here. H bar performing quite well as well to the next resistance at 26 cents. XRP, another coin, performing quite well. Sui just absolutely mooning near a resistance level right now. Fetch also performing quite well, approaching. It really doesn't have many resistance levels until like $1, so I think there's still like, what would this be, 30% profit to the next target? 20% profit, my maths is completely off. Yeah, 20% to the next target. Render, similar position. Its next resistance is really only at $5.90, so there's still, you'd still be very early on a lot of altcoins if you haven't accumulated yet. AVAX flying, also above the resistance level. Polkadot also flying, approaching its resistance level. Sol not flying just yet, but yeah, approaching its resistance level. ETH is still quite far away, so as we talked about, still very early. Now that is gonna be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, please do make sure to like and subscribe. Again, if you need a place to buy, sell, or trade cryptocurrency, then check out all the exchanges we're working with down below. If you need a place to get trades or copy my own strategy or even copy my own trades, then check out the description down below. It'll be the first link there. You can join the Discord. That's where I send out absolutely everything. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.